European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, perhaps the most prominent advocate of that dreaded COVID passport, was out there advocating that we all have to have digital IDs because the future will be digital. You shouldn't have privacy, apparently. Yeah, that's what she believes. She claims that the IDs can be a real booster to emerging economies. The trick is to build public digital infrastructure, she said, that is interoperable, open to all, and trusted. Joining me now to explain just how dangerous this is, Nigel Farage, former Brexit Party leader. Nigel, this is about global government control and a way to, what, redistribute the wealth away from the so-called wealthy nations to everybody else?
Now, I know everybody and their mama's upset with Donald Trump right now. We feeling a little frazzled with the Donald because of this war crap. But I come to remind you today, ladies and gentlemen, that the Donald's done a lot for America. I mean, he's undone a whole lot. And in this video, I'm just going to show you some of the things. Because all over the world, they're rolling out their digital global ID, the mark of the beast system, all over the world.
Tonight, I'm also making another promise to protect Americans from government tyranny. As your president, I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency. Do you know about that?
I see no reason for the U.S. to have a central bank digital currency. In my mind, a central bank digital currency is for countries who have no other investment alternatives. So if we think about a reserve manager, a high surplus country, whether it's Saudi Arabia, Singapore, who ends up with, call the Chinese currency whatever you want, the yuan, the RMB. If you own that currency, you have to have something to invest in. There's very little to invest in if you want to hold the currency. You could own Chinese government bonds, which don't yield.
So your view of that would be a negative view?
Well, I view that many of these countries are doing it out of necessity, whereas the U.S., if you hold U.S. dollars, you could hold a variety of very secure U.S. assets.
And the reason why I'm doing this video, because everybody's all up in arms with Donald over Iran. Is he going to strike Iran? Is he not going to strike Iran? I just want to remind you that homie been doing what he said he was going to do. You know what I'm saying? And some of the larger issues that would face America and the world, he is one of the few people that stands in the gap against them. Now, if you're a liberal here, my intention is not to sell you on Donald Trump. My intention is to sell you on the battle between good versus evil. I don't care if you don't like Donald. What you got to do is you got to reject Satan is what you got to do.
So the idea is never about us. Mm-hmm. They're not helping us.
That's true.
So why is it that everyone is talking about digital currency? I get it, cryptocurrency, and you're talking about all this Bitcoin and all this. The idea is never about cryptocurrency. It's a platform being set for the Antichrist to come in. This thing that is coming, it's a universal thing, that it doesn't matter you live in a village. This one will be mandatory. Rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, except he that he has a mark or the name of the beast. Notice people talk about the mark only. What about the name?
The name of the beast.
Or the number of his name. Notice what it says. That no man might buy or sell, except that he has a mark. Or the name of the beast. Or the number of his name. So it's not everyone who is receiving the mark. And that no man might what?
Buy.
Buy or what?
Or sell.
Or sell. Notice, that means it's a currency.
Wow.
Yeah, talking about currency.
When people hear currency, they think paper, money, and all that. No, it says they can't buy or sell. That means we're talking about a currency.
Yes,
but this currency, according to this Bible, is in verse number 16. It will be in the hands of the poor. How can poor people have the currency? No, they didn't get this. That means it's not based on how good you are at work.
Wow.
It's based on, do you worship the beast?
Wow.
So you are given points. All right. ID 2020 board activity. Notice here, this is the ID 2020 board activity. All right? It's a system that uses board activity data. That means no matter how you based on how you act and how your body registers your movement and what you do. You are given points for just being you.
Shout out to my guy, Prophet Hubert Angel. Very few people actually talk about these things in churches. He is the man among a lot of other guys that I watch. But I want you to realize this message is being passed all over the world. Many of you have heard this before. You are ahead of things. And I want to remind you, those of you who are ahead of the crowd, a lot of times you get to the point to where you're like, I already know this, and you want to tell everybody what you know. That is not your job, to tell others who know what you know. So it's not your job to come and tell me that you know about this. It's your job to go tell somebody else who doesn't know about this. Stay focused on getting your job done. But the issue that we're looking at right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that as the mark of the beast is trying to be rolled out live time, you're living through this. You're living in the time period where they're trying to institute the mark of the beast. We are living in great times, perilous times, but great times. And I just want to bring that to your attention. I mean, God chose you to be alive during a time of one of the greatest battles between good and evil there has ever been. I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm on the side of good, I kind of get an erection because it's like, yeah, it's war. Yeah. War. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Because when I look around, I'm looking at it. I see it. Oh, Israel, Iran. Oh, they trying to roll out the mark of the beast. Oh, wait, our guy, he just said we not having none of that over here. Man, it's an exciting time. And then when you understand the people that you're up against, we understand that the media will never cover this. What I'm doing right now, Fox News, New York Times, MSNBC, none of them will never do this. They will never show you this. Then you realize, no. This is a battle, and I got to participate. Because they got people like this out here.
But once you can probabilistically and through modeling be able to much better see what's going to happen. Take, for example, the fact that we already can start to see signs of Alzheimer's many decades potentially before a person starts to manifest the condition. Do they want to know? And if they don't want to know, should other people have the ability to know? Should an insurance company be able to make choices about whether to cover them? Should an employer have access to that information to make decisions about whether or not they are somebody that they ought to employ?
And I know it don't sound too bad, right? Well, it sounds terrible. Here's why. What this woman just explained is they will be able to test your DNA and they'll know if you have cancer when you're 50 years old. And so your employer may say, well, I'm going to pass on James Williams because by the time he gets 50, he'll have pancreatic cancer and we'll have to carry the expenses of his pancreatic cancer. And the insurance company say, oh, no, we're not going to pay out that insurance premium at 50. So we'll give you a life insurance policy up to you 32 years old. And then it'll be you can only have term life insurance because we know you're going to die. This is the world that we're moving into, ladies and gentlemen. A very scary world that, quite frankly, if you have no spiritual awareness, if you have no relationship with God, then you're going to be devastated. I know you don't believe me, though. So China is the model for this already. This is the globalist place where they work on things. Let's go and see what homegirl in China say going on in her life. And then I want you to decide, after you see this video, I want you to decide how much you do or do not appreciate Donald Trump. Now, if you're a liberal, this ain't going to hit you because you're too far into Satan. Satan got his hand all in your brain. I'm trying to yank Satan out of your brain. Lord, I ask that you deliver some of these liberals from this damn demonic dementia so this nation can thrive. This demonized, devilish pride so that this nation can survive. But this is what's coming if we ever let these people get in control, complete control.
So the latest in this dystopian outrage that is now all of China apparently is I once again cannot buy food. A couple days ago, my uncle and my cousin helped me get a cell phone that is linked to a Chinese bank card so that I could buy anything. But now, apparently, it has been flagged for some reason and I have to pass facial recognition identity verification, which is insane because all I want to do is just spend my gift card balance on this debit card. I can't believe I'm doing this. I have to open my mouth. Oh my God. Terrifying. And of course, because it was my cousin who set this up for me, I did not pass verification. I guess it's a good thing that the Chinese app is not racist. But now I once again can't buy anything.
We call the required reserve. Are you here? And the required reserve is 10%. All right? That then means also the reserve ratio is 10. All right? Forget about the mathematics. Let me do it the way you like it. So I bring $100 into the account, into the bank. I'm depositing into the bank. The bank will record $100. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
But according to what? To the required reserve of 10%, they are allowed to only keep 10% of this 100, which is $10. That means they can loan out 90. But in your head, you think they loaned out 90. But remember, this guy here still thinks I have 100. This guy has $100. He deposits $100 into the bank and says, you know, guys, I have my $100. The bank, by the laws of the Reserve Bank, they are allowed, all these in America, they are allowed only to keep 10% of your $100 and lend out $90. But remember, this guy has to bank the $90 that was loaned out in another bank B. No, you see, you didn't know, you didn't get this. This money is already 190. So they are making money using fake money. So if we only deal with cash only, banks will suffer, they will close. So having a universal banking system centralizes, of course, financial operations. But if you centralize financial operations, here is where all happens. Boom. That means at any given time, you can control my money.
All right, guys, that's it for this video today. Hopefully you got the point. And the point is this, and it's a very serious point, ladies and gentlemen. I know we got problems. I know we got Iraq, Iran war. I know everybody's getting agitated with what's going on. And that's the purpose of what the globalists are doing. If you really think back, each week it's a new challenge, it's a new event. Last week, it was all the riots. The week before that, it was, it's hard to even remember. But if I'm not mistaken, the week before that, it was some other protests. Last month, it was protests over USAID. The intentions of the globalists is to wear you down, to take away your peace. I'm telling you, that's their point. I sit here and look at the news all day. I know it's their purpose is to take away your peace. Don't allow them to take away your peace. I want to tell you why. Because if you look at it from the right perspective, God has made every right move. He don't make wrong moves. He makes winning moves. And so the things that are on the table today or this week the issues of this week will be resolved. And that's the one thing you see from week after week after week after week. If you really pay attention to the news, every week those issues are resolved. It's almost like he's in heaven saying, okay, let's see. They've been using this USAID money to smuggle children. Hey, Seraphim. Yeah, come here, Seraphim. And Seraphim angel's like, yes, my Lord. And he says, Seraphim, your job is to protect my holiness. And I want you to go down there and smite all those people over there. and we're going to take those USAID funds from those people. But hey, leave a little bit for later on so that they can riot, and then we can show the rest of the people what's going on. All right. And the seraphim is like, whoosh, and he's gone. That's what's happening. Don't look like it. Sometimes it don't feel like it, but that's what's happening. Now the stuff with Iran and Israel, man, you're dealing with the Prince of Persia over there. You're dealing with a dog principality, the one that Michael had to come deal with. So of course he's gonna be stubborn and crazy. You know what I'm saying? He crazy, but that don't mean he's not gonna get his butt whooped. He just crazy.